Hi, and welcome to our second screencast. I would show you Rio like I did last time, but he's actually sleeping, so I'll let him sleep. Let's go ahead and start looking at word problems. We're going to look at word problems and figuring out what information you need and what information you don't need so that you can solve the problem and avoid any confusion. So first, let's start by reading the directions. It says, determine what information you need, then solve by filling in the boxes. Okay, so let's read the problem to figure out what we need and what we don't need. So if we look at the problem, it says, Miss Sanchez is putting a cover on her garden for the winter. So she's going to put something on top. This cover will go over the plants. Her garden is a rectangle that measures 11 feet by 13 feet. The material costs $3. How many feet of material will she need to cover the garden? Okay, well, what I can start by doing is drawing an image of this. So it says that her garden is a rectangle. All right. Oops, I made that go away, didn't I? Here, let me bring back that text box. So it said her garden is a rectangle, and it is 13 feet. It says right here, let me highlight this. It says her garden is rectangle that measures 11 feet by 13 feet. So I'm going to make that nice and bright for you because I want you to see that her garden is 11 feet by 18 feet. Okay. When I fill that in with my text boxes here, 11 feet. Having some trouble with my computer. 1 feet. And measures 11 feet by 13 feet. Okay, so that's just what I've read from the problem. Now it says she wants to cover her garden. She wants to cover her garden. That's probably not the best option. Okay, she wants to cover the garden with some sort of material. She wants to cover the garden and just put something over the plants so that obviously they survive over the winter anyways. So if I'm trying to cover that garden and then it's asking how many feet, get rid of that. And it's asking how many feet. I'm really struggling with this. This program is so new to me. So then it's asking how many feet of material, will she need to cover the garden? So I'm going to change that to a nice and bright color. How many feet of material will she need to cover the whole garden? So how much will she need? I don't necessarily need to know the price. So that's something I can get rid of. So I can figure this out, 13 and 11 feet. I know if I want to find the inside of this, the area of this figure, I got to do the area formula, or length times width, or 11. I'm going to do that here. 11, or I'm going to change that to 10 and 1, because technically I am doing here, I should show you what I'm doing. I'm doing 11 times 13 equals, and that'll give me the answer to the problem. So it's going to be 10 and 1, and then 10 and 3. Now I can go in here and solve the problem. 10 times 10 equals 1 and 2 zeros. 3 times 10 equals 3 and the 0. Oops, too many spaces. Then I've got 10 times 1. That equals 1, and add the 1 0. And then 3 times 1. And that equals 3. Okay, so I've got my answers there. So 11 times 3, I still have to add these puppies up. 100 plus 30 plus 10 plus 3. Okay, if I add all these up, let's see, 3 So how much area will she need? Oh, I should make this bigger. It's blocking it. She would need, hope you can still see this, I'm running out of room, 143 square feet, right? Because we're talking about area. We're trying to see how much will cover this whole area here. So we know how many feet of material she needs. She'll need 143 square feet. So when you're looking at a problem like this, just look at what they're asking. What do they want you to figure out? And then solve it. Multiply, divide, whatever it's asking you to do, add. That is all I have for you today. If you're still confused, go back and rewatch the video. Pause it, rewind. That's a good way to, if I'm talking too fast, which I tend to do, I'm sorry. That's what you can do on the video. You can pause it and rewind it. Well, thanks again, and look forward to doing some more of these videos. Bye-bye.